weekend vibes, happy clean house, do outside work, hot mess hair vibes. So I have a project, something new. Haven't had a video in a while. Been busy. Haven't had time to vlog videos. Apologize about that, but I'm working on a new project. So I wanted to bring you along on the ride. And let's start with this. Miss Jenna has entirely too much fun in her Vamper, and I'm a little jealous. So I'm going to join her on some fun this summer, and I have a plan. So hold tight and let me show you. So I've been gathering some things to do a little something. And I don't have a van anymore. Used to have a van. Junior hogged it. He drove it everywhere because I'm not really a PTO kind of mom. But I do have an SUV. So stand by. Let's see what we can do. Alright, first things first. Let me adjust you down a little. I'll bring you down some more in a minute. So I'm a typical car wash kind of girl, but I went to Farmer Chris's yesterday, and my ride, which is a 2011 Chevy Equinox, got really dusty. Imagine that. So I have my purple water hose, and I have my Norwex EnviroCloth, which I'll hook you up with my friend Jennifer in the link down there. She sells them. These are great. And we're going to wash the car. At me. I know I'm not like scrubbing the car down, I'm not using all the fancy cleaners and all that stuff, but here's the thing. I take the car to the car wash. The problem is today I live out in the country. I'm like 20 minutes from the car wash. I got hot mess hair going on. I've been cleaning house. I ain't got time to run to Brandenburg to do it. So I'm just wanting to rinse the dust out from Farmer Chris's so that I can put on my new toy. So don't hate me, just doing a scrub job, getting a little bit of dust off. No big fancy cleaning job. But anyhow, because quite frankly I don't have time for it today. But anyhow, I'm going to clean the tires next, and then we're going to let it dry. So there she is in all her glory, cleaned up. I should have told y'all the before and afters. My front passenger brake caliper locked up, and she had to go to the shop. They had her for over a week just to fix it, but anyhow, she's fixed. Nothing fancy, good old everyday car. It's the one I drive back and forth to work. It's probably my favorite car I've ever owned. But here we go. We're gonna let her dry. I'm gonna go get something to drink, and then we're gonna come back out and go again. So we're back at it. Now I have to make sure everything fits and is gonna work before I can go camping with Miss Dirt Perfect. Anyhow, got me one of these Trifo memory mattresses. I did some measuring in my SUV. Got things opened up so we can kind of see something neat about this one. Well, first let me show you this, because you always got to have a hoodie in your vehicle. But look at there, somebody has a sweatshirt. I'm just saying. Anyhow, but something neat about my SUV is it's very convenient. You pull this little handle here, the seats fold down, the other seat does it too, opens up to the back. But the neat part of mine is that I have a little thing down here where I can slide these seats forward. So let me do that real quick. So as you can see, the whole seat bench slides forward all the way up to the driver's seat. And I do have a lift. It is a little higher at the top. Let's go around here to the back. Then the back, as you can see, the upward angle. A lot of people build platforms in their SUVs that they can, you know, stick in here, and that way they're sleeping flat. For me personally, I have some stomach issues, health things that go on, and we sleep with our bed elevated anyhow. Mr. SOT built me a customized bed with the head elevated because I have a lot of acid reflux, and maybe one day we'll get into that and the reason why of that. But in the meantime, I'm opting to not do any kind of platform to keep me flat because I don't sleep flat anyhow. So I don't think that raisedness there is going to really be all that bad. So let me open up that mattress there, and we'll get it set up in here, and we'll see if it fits. So first, let me say, look here, this thing right here, best thing ever. I need like 3 or 4 more of these. It's called a clever cutter. I use it to open crap ton of packages. They're excellent, but I've never seen them to buy. Then let's look at the mattress itself. It's all compressed. So once I take it out and unroll it, it should all spring up, just like a mattress that you buy online for your bed. So let's see how that works. All right, so as you can see, it fits. It does hang a little over my latch, but I'm not intending on sleeping in this with the hatch down, but I could if I had to. A lot of people wonder probably why I didn't do the full length, the full width of my SUV, but there's a reason for it. I want to be able to store my gear right here. For trips like this is just going to be solo trips with me and probable Nugget. So I'll get his bed in, get this one made. It's still expanding. As you can see, we got 2 or 3 inches there. I figure I can always put a topper on it. If I need more, I can get another one. But I like this one because it's a 3-fold. As you can see, it folds up like into squares. I find that quite convenient to where I can fold it up and just keep it in the back of my SUV if I don't want to have it all made and ready to go when I go out camping, which is probably more. This one's a little long. Let me go up here to the top. A little long for my space. That was intentional. As you can see right here, it kind of folds over, and I can fold it up too if I wanted to fold it up. I'm not really worried too much about the length not being exact because I can always lean that driver's seat forward if I need it to hang off at the top end a little bit. I wanted to do this and leave the other seat up. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to put my stuff in, and I'm going to kind of show you what my thoughts are and what my plan is. Of course, I'm not going to be just hanging out in here all the time. It's mostly primary for sleeping, because when you're camping, who wants to be just stuck inside the whole time? So anyhow, hold tight. I'm going to put some of my gear in, make this bed, and show you what my plans are. So one of the things I wanted was somewhere to keep my gear in this little space right here between the wheel wells. So as you can see, my Equinox has nice little pockets, and these are hard plastic. That one's the smaller one. This one's the bigger one. Oh look, I think there's a full tilt sticker in there. Let me grab that, take it in the house. Anyhow, I keep a rag in there. Normally I keep a Yeti cup extra in case I need it. Sometimes a hoodie fits in there, it just depends. But those are gonna be nice when I'm staying in here, because look, right at my seat. I can put my phone, my cup, whatever. Anyhow, but I wanted something to put my camping gear between this seat and back here, and let me show you why. Let me go around to this side. Because Mr. Nugget has a car bed. He doesn't ride in the car without a dog bed, especially in my car with leather seats. Freaks him out because, you know, he's scared of everything. So this is his car bed. It stays in my car. This is how he rides in my car. And it's going to be a perfect place to put his bed for when he goes camping with me. And my cooler should fit in there if I scoot that seat forward, which will make it get a completely flat space for him, and he won't have that little gap thing. Not that it'll matter. But anyhow, so let me get this gear thing together. As you can see, I got my sheets on. I got my quilt on. My sheets are brand new. I bought them. I did not have any twin size or small sheets in my house because we have a king size bed, and our spare room also has a king size bed. And then my quilt right there. Let's go around the back side. Let's talk about this quilt for a second. Miss Catherine is a fantastic quilter, and she made me this quilt. It's my favorite quilt. It stays on the back of my couch. I snuggle up with it, but it is my quilt I will probably take with me when I'm out here because it's a great size for it. So, all right, here's my storage container in all her glory. Let me show you some of the things the reason why I picked this one to put my camping gear in. I picked this one for a few reasons, and bear with me, I don't have a stick or nothing. I'm doing this by hand, but it has metal handles. It holds a lot of weight. I also like that it has these pockets on the front, and they actually are pretty deep pockets. They go way down below my mattress, as you can see right here. So that's a good place for me to keep cords, chargers, odd and end, little things, whatever. It velcros closed, but the main reason I liked this one was this. As you can hear, it has a hard top. So that's going to make me a nice little handy tabletop thing if I am in here, like if it's raining or, you know, I can't fall asleep because, you know, I have insomnia, so I don't sleep the best. But it velcros closed, and when you open it up, it has all these pockets. So it has dividers, and this all collapses down. So when I'm not using it, I can collapse it down. So I have two pockets there and a big pocket here. My intention with this is to put all of my camping gear in here, maybe even some storage, and then I would have room right here in the back for some other stuff that doesn't necessarily have to go in that container. So, and then I actually have some room on the sides too. Let me walk you around behind the seat and let me show you, see if we can see it. I have this little cubby right here. I'm gonna lay this seat down so you can see what I'm talking about. So right here I have a pretty deep well, and it goes up underneath this, which is where my seat, when it folds back, it folds up against my seat. So I have some storage right there too. I can use if I want to. This one also has a pocket on this end where you can store some stuff there. I'm not planning on having to take a whole lot of things. We camp quite a bit, so I have, you know, some camping stuff. We've gotten older, say it ain't so, and a little more spoiled with our camping. Let me show you. So we got that enclosed trailer right there. It serves multiple purposes. One of them is for the business. The other one is for hauling our razor and camping in it. And we stay in that camper quite frequently when we're out camping at different places, typically somewhere that has a restroom, because it is not tricked out with a bathroom and all that. It's not quite big enough for all that. But so I'm planning on being at campgrounds or roughing it, and I'm a country girl. I'm used to roughing it. So let me gather my gear that's going to go in there. I'm not going to put everything in there because I do have some things in the enclosed trailer, and I'm not going to dig it out. But I'll tell you kind of what my thoughts are a little later about what all gear I need to take for a single solo woman camping. All right, here's a little bit of my gear that I'm going to put in there. I'm not going to dig out everything that I think I'm going to need. I may make a list or talk about all the things I think I'll need to take. But some of the most important things I thought I needed to take that I have gotten new is this 5-outlet hub extension cord. Like I said, I do plan on being at campgrounds and having electric access. I like that it has 5 plug-ins, so I can do a phone, a vape, whatever I need to do. Those can all be plugged in at one time. Maybe a little light, I'm not real sure. But speaking of lights, I have these little bad day mama jammas. My daughter, my oldest daughter Natalie, goes hiking a lot, and her best friend, they got me these for Christmas, and these are some fantastic little camping lights. We have used these, not camping even, but we have used these when the electric has went out, and it's daylight out here, so you're not going to be able to tell. These are Ozark Trail brand, but they lift up. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. No, probably not. But they lift up like that, and it makes the brightest little light. We've used them in the house when the electric's been out, and it's been great. So they're little handy things, and you can hang them if you want to hang them. So they can be used inside, outside. Even the little ones are really bright. Quite frankly, I am not sure I will need much more than that little one in my car at night because it's that bright. So anyhow, I have 3 of those to take, and then my extension cord. That's some of the new things that I've gotten, but I have other things, and I'm going to need other things, I'm sure. So something else I've gotten is these pantyhose looking things. If there's a set of 2, I gotta have to get another set, one more set. They come in a nice little carrying bag, but let me show you what these are for. Look at there. note to self, might need a bigger size because I barely stretched that across there. But what this is for is like a blackout kind of screen or a privacy screen, and you can use it with your windows down. So I'm pretty excited about those because that way when it's hot, I could still roll my windows down and get air through, but I'm not just visible and out to the open, and this will help keep the bugs out, which in Kentucky and Indiana and the places we go, these are very easy. They just slip on like a sock and go over your windows. So it doesn't keep, it's not like a heat blocker, so it's not going to help in the cold, but it will help in the summer. And I'm not real concerned about wintertime camping or anything at this point, because I doubt I'll be doing much, but you never know. And if I do, I'll get some things to help, you know, block out the sun and keep in my heat and all that good kind of stuff. So anyhow, those are pretty neat addition to the car camping experience. All right, next addition to my setup is a tension rod. Not sure if this is going to be big enough for what I want it for, but we're going to try. If not, I'll get another one. I have one of these. I think it's from China. Anyhow, this is a Blackout bunk bed curtain. And it's made for the bottom bunk of a bunk bed to provide some privacy or whatever. Pretty neat. Came from Amazon. I'm not going to be using these little plastic hookies. They're pretty cheapo and bendable, and I got these instead. I saw some other TikTokers and YouTubers who did a car setup type thing. These I kind of like because they have double hooks on them. So if I do this right, I can hook items on it too. So I can put some of my gear up there. So anyhow, I'm going to put that up between the driver's seats and the back half for when I am sleeping at night. It will give me some privacy. So I'm going to get that set up for you. And I'm going to bring over the stand and see. It's pretty windy. Not sure if this is going to work, but I'm going to try to let you watch. I think this will work. Let's see. Alright, so complete fail. It's not quite wide enough or stout enough to go the whole length across the two front seats. I was a little afraid of that when I ordered it. It's not a big deal. I need another rod like this for something else, so that's where this will go. I'll have to get another one, more of like a shower curtain size, I think, to kind of make it stout enough. So I'm gonna have to look for one of those. But let's see if we can put it up just so we get a gist of it. It's in my sunroof opening now, but maybe that'll give us an idea of how it's going to look or what it's going to be like. So you kind of get the gist of what I'm trying to do across here. And I think once I get the right size rod, it'll be just fine. It would then go all the way across. If I was able to hook from side to side, it would go all the way across this front and give me a layer of protection to keep the heat out, to keep the cold out, and just privacy protection pretty much. I think the size is great. It's kind of satiny on the back, so it is a Blackout. And I do like the double hooks because once I get a rod big enough and strong enough to hold this, then I can hang some items up here. I can hang cords or just different travel items that I might need a place to stick. So I think it's going to work great. The hooks are going to be fine. Main thing is I need to get a better rod. So there's my privacy curtain area. Pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, let's see what else we might got. All right, last but not least, I have bought this. Doesn't look like much at this point. It's in a little bitty bag, but it is supposed to attach to the back of my car and provide me like tent light coverage from the back. And I have some ideas for improving that as well, not just the tent light coverage, but I want to see if this works. I think it'll be great for campground camping, and we're going to see. So I'm going to put you over on the tripod. We'll see if the wind blows you over or not, and I'm going to set you up so you can see what it's like after I read the directions. All right, no directions. Wish me luck. off. Y'all went boom. All right, we have an assistant helping us. Just the first time. So, this is my little shade awning that I can get poles for, I can stick in the ground. And then it attaches to my car and it gives me screen, just like a tent, that I can zip or unzip, and I can zip this awning back down too if I want total privacy. And then it goes right in. So, pretty cool. Attaches to my tires. Mr. SOT is not convinced this is going to work, or that I'm crazy, or that me and Miss Jen is crazy, but we'll see. Alright, so something I discovered. Mr. SOT didn't help me a whole lot. So there it is, all closed up where the mesh is not showing for nighttime if you want to use it that way. We didn't have it hooked up quite right. It was crooked, but I think I've got it hooked up now a little better. I have one hook there, one hook on the tire, same on the other side. Let me ease around here. I have both of these on the tire just because it was convenient. The other side may be the same way. I may put them both on the tire. But here's my problem. So this flap unzips, and that's what goes out and makes the awning and leaves you the tent-like thing to keep you cool. So this is great. If it rains, you just zip down. Keeps the rain off of you. But look down here at the bottom. And they don't fit real good. He's got one hooked, but they don't fit real good on my bumper. It doesn't have a good hard lift. So, suggestions of what I could do with those to hold them down to keep the bottom down snug. I'm thinking maybe some kind of tent peg I can hook them to or something. Make sure you leave your ideas in the comments. Alright, let's see how difficult this is to take off and break down and put all up. Look here, it's back off now, and I passed the Mr. SOT test. Little known fact about Mr. SOT. He can always get every tent, every canopy, everything back in its original bag. Air mattresses, the whole 9 yards. Very frustrating. I can't always do it. That's why those bags of tents and air mattresses always end up in a plastic tote in my world. But I was able to easily take this off. It was simply just removing the things, popping it right off, folding it up, and I got all of it, including the stakes, back in the bag. Mr. SOT will be so proud, even though he thinks I'm a little crazy for this whole camping adventure. Alright, let's talk about a couple things. One, this bag. Awesome, heavy duty handles, good metal ones, has a nice hard top to use as a table. I can't flip it up, it's stuck in the chair, but you can hear it's kind of plasticky sounding. It will hold all of my car camping gear. Part of why I wanted it, keep it organized. I have some camping gear that's going to go back and forth depending, like have a battery operated fan and some other stuff, but I use those when we go camping elsewhere. So this is going to be strictly for the stuff I'm going to use just when I'm using the car. So we know I got to get a new tension rod. It's still hanging up. I got to go pop it down because that one's not quite heavy duty enough up there. The mattress. It's a 3-inch memory foam. I liked that it folded into a fold like this. I like that because if I decide I'm going to, say, go camping and stop and get groceries on the way home, I can fold it up and it doesn't take up as much space, nor am I putting my groceries on top of my bed. So I like that it's not a permanent structure. This is my daily driver. We take this car on trips. So I need something that's a little more easy. Plus, it's not going to take up much room. That'll slide right underneath the bed for storage. And it has a washable zipper case that comes off where you can wash the whole thing if you do happen to get it dirty. Couple other things. As you can see, I've put my car back already. The screen nets that I got might be a little small for the back. I may need to go up a size, but either way, I've got to get 2 more because I only have 2, and I would really like to be able to do the front windows too in case I need to make airflow. Something else I'm gonna actually, let's go around to the front side of life. Let's get in the front of the car. I have plenty of room up here to put another tote for, like, getting in the passenger side. Another tote for food storage items, nuggies, bowls, food and water, a cooler, you know, all that kind of stuff. Not quite convinced on the cooler situation of what I'm going to use. I have a Ozark Trails like soft cooler that I think will be nice. I'm just going to kind of scroll around my car a little bit. There's the hoodie again. But I like the Ozark thought because it's smooshy. I'm not planning on going much more than a couple of days. So I think it would be fine. We're going to pop this bad boy out real quick. There we go. That's going for a different project. But a lot of people haven't been asking me. I'm just going to let you look over there. You see a little nugget on the doorway, maybe? Standing there watching Mom. He's like, where are we going? A lot of people have been asking me why I want to do this and why I don't just take the enclosed trailer. I'm going to have a little short video on enclosed trailer. Can I haul it? Absolutely. Haul it all the time, pull razors, all that good kind of stuff. Camping in it's a little bit different of a situation. So I'm going to talk about that in a little bit more detail. Y'all should probably take a peek at that green pool. It's about that time though. But the reason for the trip, let me show you what else I was looking into. Let's get blinded real quick. Sunroof. They make one of those mesh netties for the sunroof too. Good idea or no? What do y'all think? Probably not a great idea if it's raining, but anyhow. Part of the reason I'm wanting to camp in my car is because I like to go kayaking, and Mr. SOT does not like kayaking. So me and little Miss SOT and Nathan, we all go kayaking. Miss Jenna kayaks. So the car camping situation is going to be for when I take trips that he doesn't want to go on. Stuff like that. That makes this really easy. I can throw all my stuff in my car. I can throw Nugget in my car if I want. I can load everything in here, go, take it, easy setup, easy breakdown. I don't mind staying in a tent, but typically when you stay in a tent, you know, you're taking air mattresses, all that kind of stuff. I'm wanting something fast, easy, simple. Gives me a little bit of protection to where, like, if it does rain, I mean, worst case scenario, guys, if it starts storming, I can roll up all my windows, take my little tent thing off the back and shut my car and just be in my car. So, I just think it will be a convenient way for me and Nugget, who also barks at every noise. So I'm not sure how he's going to do in a campground. We'll have to see. I'll have to do a trial run. But anyhow, how we could go camping and kayaking and things like that. So stay tuned. We're going to have lots of adventures coming up. I have lots of ideas. Make sure you leave me a comment if you have suggestions of how to keep my tent down in the very bottom back where it's not hooking to my bumper. Also, leave me your suggestions of things you might think I need to take with me when I go. So it's going to be fun. Me and Mr. Perfect are really excited to plan a trip. So we're going to have to get on it and decide where we want to go. So just stay tuned. Thanks. See you guys later.